about not only what we know about healthcare, but the public's perception of healthcare. And so maybe this is a unit where people don't show up till 8 and this is 7. I mean, who knows? But the perception that someone had was, you charge us a buttload of money to come in there, and there's never anybody, there's never enough staff, you know, and then, but we all got time to take a picture, right? So anyway, I was happy to refer this on and say that it wasn't us, but thank you for your comments and that kind of stuff. But I kept that one. What about this? We did this. Yeah, that's not okay. So, but you know what? Within a minute of this being posted, the phone was ringing, and we had it taken down. But so it would have. Oops, sorry, I opened the wrong one. This picture is fine as long as they would have cropped it. You know, right here. You know, you could have kept everything in there. And so someone said, well, when you come into the hospital, you can see that information. So what's the difference? What the privacy regulations say is that you can disclose information to people who need to know. And so people who come into the hospital that are looking for a patient's room, they need to know some general information. But does the whole interweb need to know, you know, that Mr. Small is gone to the OR? No, they don't need to know that. Mr. Lance Small. So we had that taken down immediately. Let's see what else we might have here. How about this? Not okay. What's the dead giveaway here? At work. This person is at work. So one, personal electronic device policy says that you will never capture, store, or transmit. And then this is clinical information that's being disclosed about this patient. So that's not okay. And all of these are fairly recent. You know, this is not like I've been holding on to these for 10 years. How about this? Not okay. What if the patient, they're like, oh, I think those are the good drugs. I'm going to come and rob you. I mean, that's a safety issue as well. Oh, this is one of my favorites, because this is a student. Ooh. So, orange is patient's girlfriend. Keep that in mind. Orange, patient girlfriend. Y'all let me know when you're ready to move on. It's like his H&P or something. So that's the patient's girlfriend. And remember, she can do whatever she wants. She's not an employee. Patients and their families can disclose anything they want to. Okay? I guess she's just an informed person, or maybe the doctors really explain, the nurses explain a lot. But, okay, so then look, here's a little student. Look what she says. I know. Hang on, it gets worse. So then she says, is that the Jace guy? And then some other random person says, yes. And then she says, I was there. And then look what the girlfriend says. I mean, after she gave his whole H&P, she didn't want anybody to know that he had lab straw. Yeah, and then look, she says, I apologize. But I'm still praying for speedy recovery. So this was a little student from a community college, like a phlebotomy student. And so we called her clinical coordinator, and she was disciplined through her school, and she was bawling. I felt terrible for her. But anyway, your role in patient care is confidential. You cannot disclose that. Everybody clear? And this happened like literally 2 months ago. Let's see what else I might have in my magic pot. Oop, that's the real one. Can't be showing you that. How about this? So that was posted by an employee. I'll take it down so you don't have nightmares. That was posted by an employee. Immediately the phone started ringing. So the first thing I always do is check to see if the employee's here. Like, can I talk to him or her in their unit, or, you know, did they work last night? I want to call and wake them up, you know, because they worked. And anyway, but the employee was on FMLA for her husband having surgery. So that's her spouse. So that is not a privacy violation, but you can see how people were instantly like, that's horrible, and she shouldn't have done that. But so that turned out to be not a privacy violation. But did y'all see Zip Budweiser ready? Okay, going on. Now this is legit. What about that? Yeah, it's not okay. And I think this one is, what about this? This is one of my favorites. Yeah. Look at that, there's a patient's name in the background, and she's on these people are on the psychiatric intensive care unit. But don't worry, we got plenty of time. Just hang out, take photos. There's nothing going on with those psychiatric patients. They don't need us. So, again, all of those were turned in by coworkers. And I don't show you those pictures to embarrass anyone or, make fun of a situation, but I think that the pictures make more of a lasting impact to help you understand what you should and should not be doing. Does anybody have any questions while I look and see if there's anything else I want to show you?
I do.
Yes, let's hear it.
So, if the guy that wants his butt out, if he wants it taken with his own phone, could you take it?
Yeah, I mean, you would have to. But anytime a patient asks you to take a photo of them, I would document that. Patient requested photo be taken of buttock, whatever. I was at the beach recently, and my little boy said, "Mama, I think there's a lot of Maximus in that gluteus." Behind was hanging out. Anyway, but yes, I would always document if you're taking photos of a patient. I would never take video of a patient because you can capture a lot of other stuff. But if he wanted you to take a picture of his, and you thought, I would try, if the patient wants you to take a vulgar picture, I would definitely decline and say, I'm just not comfortable doing that, report that to your instructor or your charge nurse. But if, I don't know, if that's where he got gored in the butt by the bull, maybe. I think you just kind of have to go with, you got to go with your gut on that. What other kind of questions do you have? How about, we'll have this. Fired. And then, are you guys old enough to remember Oprah? Remember this? You're getting a car and you're getting a car? Everybody's getting it soon. And then, this picture came, but this is not Baptist either. But someone turned this in. And again, the whole thing was like, what are you people doing? Are you taking care of patients? So you really do have to, think of, what's going on. And then, so this one I want to talk about, this is my last picture to talk about, because we have a new auditing system, and it's called Fair Warning. So you can Google it, look it up. You're being fed, your activities being fed into the Fair Warning software. And what's different about Fair Warning than what we've had in the past, we've only had it since May 1st. So tell all your friends, tell all the people in your units in case they haven't heard about it yet, even though it's in the huddle like every week. People swear they don't know about it. So in the past, like the lab people monitored the lab system, and the Epic people did Epic, and the X-ray people did X-ray. And what Fair Warning does is it gathers all those audit logs into one place. And the game changer is that it gets a feed from the HR system and from the college system. So not only does it know that I'm Dana Williams, it knows that I live at 823 Happy Hollow Road, it knows my phone number, it knows who my boss is, what department that I'm assigned to. So it will say, why is Dana looking at the medical record of someone who lives in that same house with her? Or why is Dana looking at the medical record of someone where she's listed as the emergency contact? Or she's the guarantor on the account. I'm the person who's going to pay the bills. Or Dana and Bob work together, they're both assigned to the same department, why is Dana looking at Bob's record? Or Bob is Dana's supervisor, why is Bob looking at Dana's record? And so the feed that comes that gives more information about the users is really what has changed the game. And so we continue to find violations. So I hate to say that we like the system, I don't like for people to be in trouble, but it does work and it does detect violations. A couple of violations that we have caught just in the last few days is we had an employee whose spouse called him in sick to work because he'd been in the ER the night before. Well, she just left the message. He's not coming to work. He was in the ER last night. So one of his coworkers decided that she would look at his record to see if he was admitted to inpatient. So maybe she would go up and see him on her break, or if he was discharged home. Because when the wife called him in, she didn't give that piece of information, right? So the coworker thought it was completely okay to do that. Does anybody think it's okay? Right, because did that have anything to do with her job? Nothing at all. To do with her role, whatever role that she has that day. So that resulted in a written warning for that employee. We also detected an employee changing his problem list. So, when you get in and you're admitted and you have a problem list of things that are wrong with you and are being addressed during your admission, the employee used his access to edit his problem list. So that was also a result in disciplinary action. So everything you are doing in the system is being monitored, especially if the system knows if you are working, and it learns your type of behavior. It will say this employee always works on 4B, and they, on average, they're in about 12 charts a night. But today, they're access to 112 charts from the SICU. What's up with that? Or it'll say this employee never prints face sheets, but today they printed 1,100 face sheets. And so it just learns kind of what you do. And now, just because you do something different doesn't mean that you're committing a violation, but it will send up a flag for someone to ask you what's going on. Make sense? And with our previous auditing system, most audits were done quarterly. So someone would come back to you and say, hey, 2 months ago, do you remember why you were in Dana Williams' chart? But our new auditing system is concurrent. So someone's going to come to you and say, hey, 2 days ago, do you remember why you were in Dana's chart? So it's much easier for you for us to stay on track of what we're doing and why. But it is a very robust system. We're going to add some more feeds to it so that it can monitor even more programs. It monitors the activity in the hospital as well as in the clinics. So any part of EPIC, regardless of the setting, will be audited in addition to our other systems. Does anybody have any questions? No? I think somebody should ask a question, just kind of like close it out, Oh, a question! Yay! Okay. Mm-hmm. So you have an XID and a... Okay.
I just started volunteering with them at the beginning of June.
Uh-huh.
I've only done 2 shifts so far, and I already did the information test
Mhm.
status. When I first started, I asked her, hey, is there a problem in sending you with my UID to look at where patients are? Because that's my major.
Mhm.
My job is to tell visitors a federal list of patients in next room
Mm-hmm.
on request. And my version, as opposed to the other volunteers who me a problem list, I can see their diagnosis.
Right, which you don't need that to do your job.
Right, and so I've asked her, like, 3 separate times, are you sure this is not a problem?
So I think it is a problem. So her question is, I think I'm using my access incorrectly. So all the other volunteers get XIDs, and then they're given a specific volunteer template to where they can only see certain things about the patient. And so when you're using your UID, you're seeing more about patients than you need to do your job as a volunteer. So I'll follow up with Sterling, or you can follow up with her, tell her to get with me, and we'll get you an XID. So you'll have 3. You'll have an XID, a UID, and a student ID. And then you'll need to keep them separate depending on what role you're functioning in. That was a great question. Yo, another question.
So why can't the computer just lock you onto one patient instead of using the other information?
Well, so her question is, why can't, I would love that. Why can't the computers just lock you down to one patient? And so the whole point of electronic health records is interoperability and continuum of care and people being able to see whatever it is they need to see. So, people cover, like if you might work on one side and then someone goes to lunch and you have to cover on the other side. So it's really, it's impractical. But what we try to tell employees is just because you can see something doesn't mean that you should click on it. Those are called administrative controls. But we should be able, essentially what we say is we should be able to trust you. We should be able, there are medicines laying around and you're not supposed to steal those, and there's patient information that you have access to and you're not supposed to misuse it. And so I agree that sometimes it is tempting to, and can see, we used to have a real lockdown system where you could only see people from your hospital. You couldn't see people from other hospitals, and they just felt like it was a better care model to make that information more accessible to all the caregivers. It gives me nightmares sometimes, but that's just my burden to carry.
But it does help out a lot.
Yes, I'm sure it does. Because that we can see that ER record from Heber, or maybe they were in a clinic recently, and you can just see what happened to them in the clinic. Any other questions? It's a great deal of information. It's a great responsibility. you know, we have to be good stewards of the patient's information and good stewards of Baptist Health's reputation. I hope you're going to love being a student. If you see me, you know, around, say hi. You know, I don't have a lot of friends. Yes, ma'am.
Could you go ahead and design the corporate compliance?
Oh, I don't know. You know, just to keep moving along, I'd say go ahead and sign whatever forms you have. Sign those. I don't know what you're supposed to do with them after that. So who's your next speaker? Oh, we're done? Oh, then I'm going to stop talking. Okay. So everybody have a great day. I don't know if you can just leave. Do I need to go get somebody? Oh, split up into your separate groups now. No?
We don't have separate homes.
Oh, you don't know who your groups are? Feel free to get some water. All right, you guys have a great day.
That's what we did. I put BHCLR.
Oh, hey, all your papers that you have signed and filled out.
Got 3 kids or what?
If you will, if you are RN, if you will go this way, your left,
Oh, good.
okay? If you're RN, if you're LPN, would you go right? And if you are scrub tech, how many of you are? Y'all can go right. And try to keep them separated. And if you're sleep tech or whatever else, go right. RN's left, all the things you signed. You would let me take. Pass that, sorry. If you do not know your student ID, make sure at least what program you are in. If you make sure that that is written. So to decrease confusion, if you're an RN student, pass it to your left in that row. Just pass it down in the row. And if you are other, like scrub tech or sleep tech or LPN, pass it to the right. But try to keep those separate because we have to check them off and all that good stuff. Yes, ma'am. And we have an announcement, so y'all just pay loose. Just
some point while you're here. I am Miss Nice Wonder, the Miss Nice Wonder. I know y'all are in awe of me. Nobody's even can speak because there's so much in awe of me. I know, it happens all the time. It's okay, you guys will get used to it. All right. Well, actually, I am here to, again, talk about family night. I am the chair of the committee that does that. We're the Student Development Committee. And our committee is all about you guys. It's about how we can help you become successful, make it through all your programs with ease and all that. So tonight, not tonight, tomorrow night, Thursday, I like your cup. Okay, Thursday, we're having family night. It's from 5:30 to 7. It's very informal. It's going to be here in this room. Feel free to bring your little ones, your big ones, medium ones, your parents, significant others, people that you really don't even like, but they're thinking about coming here. Bring them all with you, okay? So it's all about how we can get your family and you guys to develop like a good working relationship as you're going through school, because you will hear it often that it's not just you guys that are doing school, your whole family goes through school together. So you're going to have to develop a working team, a schedule, all of that to be successful. And at family night, we go through some tips and all of that in a very informal setting. So please, you'll see some little announcements hanging up all over the place, and we'll send out a little announcement through your email. But there's going to be faculty here. We're going to talk about FERPA, financial aid, success tips, door prizes. Just got some really good door prizes that I'm kind of excited about. There might be one lesson. Well, you know, we ordered those test answer booklets, but they just didn't come in time. So I know I can't get those out because they won't be in. Some people are looking at me like, is she serious? No, we're not serious about that one. All the answers are in your textbooks, though, just so you know. What else? I'm super excited about family night, and I hope you guys will come in. We'll have like little snacks and stuff like that, since it is kind of a dinner time, but it's not like a real dinner, because you don't want to eat my cooking anyways. But bring your family, bring your little ones. We'll have movies and games in the other room, qualified care for little bitty ones and teenagers and all that. So I'm excited, and I hope I see a lot of your faces there tomorrow, actually here, okay? And we're doing tours throughout the building, so this way you can show your family where you're going to be doing your skills labs and sitting for hours on time. Miss Monroe's going to be there too. So sleep tech, I'm sure I'll see everybody's sleep tech's faces. Yeah, I gotcha. So I hope I see you all. I think I said so about 74 times. Did anybody count? No? Okay, well, I'll add one more. So that's all I have to say. If you guys have any questions about it, I'm in hallway B, I believe, office 1313, because I am the luckiest person around. So just feel free to drop by if you have any questions. And I also have a whole bunch of BHCLR, those light teal t-shirts that the sophomore 2 class is selling for $20. If you want to buy any of those, just stop by my office also. All right. Thank you. I just feel like I need to say so one more time. So I'm excited that you all chose Baptist as far as your school. This is like the most fun day for me because I like have no responsibilities. So this is great. I am also your sophomore 1. I work in the women's health part, so I love that. Labor delivery. Look, Miss Qualls is like segregating us. 5 p.m. people. I'm sorry you're so unruly. We have to shut the wall on you. I know the thingy, the partition. Oh, I'm gonna miss all the scrub tech people. I feel like I need to say so one more time. So we will miss you.
But I will see everybody tomorrow night. And all blue shirts, office 1313, all at $20.
Yeah, I was going through my folders with my parents and I'd like to talk that one down.
And your post-test for infection control. Everybody fill that out and turn it in. Yes. No, I'm gonna turn this on. Oh, okay, I'll have to find it.
Well, I guess I'll just keep on. I'll turn it back on.
All right.
I don't know how long it's been. And she said, Ms. Manning said she'd already put it on the floor, so, yeah. What is Peter or whoever's going to replace whatever floor she was on, Ms. Manning's on 1A.
All right.
Whoever's going to replace her.
All right. If you, and you folks over here, I'm sorry, I'm gonna miss your photo. All right, so if you are from A to L, yes, L, A to L, your last name's A to L, I want y'all to come over here and sit here. I know, right? And if you have the other, I want you to sit right here. Sit over here.
I guess I better.
So this is how we're going to sit every day. You don't have to sit alphabetically, but we want A through L. This is what's called section A, and then section B. Okay. I know I messed your little apple cards up.
No,
Should we just stay back here?
just kick it out. Just, it's
We'll still do
Make your friends.
If you'll just find your name on the roster and put initials next to it, and if you will, listen up, if there's anything wrong with your spelling of your name, put a circle around it and then put out to the side or on the back how it's really supposed to be.
So this is kind of how it'll be every day. This is where this is going to, and you can move around in here. You don't have to stay right where you're at this very moment. But if you are A through L, we want you to sit over here. And every time we have a new lecture, and this is kind of counted as your first one, we will have a roll sheet, just like what you see. So find your name and just initial that, okay? Any questions about that before we get going? All right. All right, so one of the things I think I'm going to do first, let me ask this one question before I introduce all of our faculty. Did everyone get one of those sheets that says student locator sheet Oh, I forgot, it still said spring. Phooey. Okay, scratch that out and put fall. If you still have it where you put your initials and your name and all that. If you've already turned it in, don't freak out. But if you did not get one, did anyone not get one earlier today and need to fill one out? Okay, all right. We use that to plan our clinicals. All right, well, let me introduce myself first. You've seen my big mouth in here several times today. I'm Miss Manning. I'm the course leader for your freshman semester. So, you know, if you've got big bad problems, you can come see me. I am on hallway C, room 1325. My door is always open, you know, most of the time. Well, almost all the time. So if you have problems, you need to come see me. Please don't hesitate. Please do not hesitate to come see me. I do want to introduce the other faculty so that you can at least see them, and you'll know you'll be seeing all of them from periodic times to periodic times, and then they can go because they don't have to stay for my whole thing today. All right, so over here is Miss Mizell. She is on hallway E, which means excellent. And so you will see her a lot. She is in charge of your attendance. So if you don't sign the attendance sheet eventually and you keep missing, Miss Manning will talk to you, and it's because of what she's documented. So make sure you sign that roll sheet each and every time. She also helps with some other things, and she does a lot of lectures for you, a lot of really, really important things for you to learn this semester. So this is Miss Mizell. And over here is Miss McIndoe. You've probably gotten emails from her. She is the immunization queen. She is on hallway D, which is divine. So you can find her there on hallway D. And she also will be lecturing quite a bit to you, especially in the beginning about medication administration and stuff like that. So she is your person to go to regarding immunizations, and she's going to be talking to you about med administration. Am I leaving anything else on?
In a minute, tell me what to do.
Oh, what's that?
Post-test.
Oh, I'm just stick them on there, over here, right here. Yeah, are you picking them up? Okay, awesome. Okay, in the back, Miss Murdoch, will you raise your hand? This is Miss Murdoch. She is also one of our faculty. You'll be seeing her as well. She lectures a lot too. We all kind of lecture a lot. And she is also on hallway E. In fact, everybody else that's standing back there is on hallway E.
Excellent.
Miss Roshan, raise your hand. You'll see her. Miss Keener, I started to say Kaiser. I don't know why I thought that. Miss Keener, you will also see her a lot, especially pharmacology. She does a lot of our pharmacology. And all of them are on hallway E. So E for excellence and exceptional and all that. So you will find all them. You have been assigned a advisor, and I will be posting that probably today or tomorrow.
We'll wait till a day or two till we get all the spellings
Okay.
and the total
Okay,
attendance.
all right, so we'll put that up first thing Monday, okay? Will give us a few days to get our names corrected and take off names that were there that aren't coming after all. So a lot of important announcements. There is a bulletin board right out here. It says welcome freshmen, or it says freshmen, because y'all are the class of what, December of 2018. So just a year and a half. So anyway, we'll put announcements up there, okay? That's where I always put them. All right, y'all found the bathrooms already, right? Found that, very good. Do you have any questions before we get started? We're going to talk about the syllabus and we're going to talk about the calendar. I know both of those things are really, really important to you. Okay? All right. Would y'all help finish picking up those things? Ms. BJ, Ms. Jeanette. And just put them up here and I'll separate them later, because I know some of them are other things. All right.
Y'all have any things that we need to pick up?
We'll take a little break and then I'll call some names because I need some of you to come up here. Now, if you have those locator sheets and haven't turned them in, go ahead and pass those in now too. Just pass them to your left. So this is,
I think so, we can small out.
all right. Did everybody get your best cards? Did everybody get those this morning or this afternoon? And here are yes, ma'am. Well, do you want to? What we're passing out, if some of you may have the correct information, some of you may not. It depends on when you printed your syllabus that was sent to you. So I just went ahead and made more copies just in case you didn't get it. All right. All right. So this will be your home base from now on, this room right here. So you know where to come every time. Except for there's like one day, and we're going to talk about that on the calendar in just a moment. All right. Am I still coming across here? No. Oh, good. Good, good, good. All right. She's going to shut her door. Yeah, that's where it's going to be. We'll figure them out as well.